What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Guess who is out here dipping it and doing it in a crop top on a Friday night? I want to tell you guys about some tweets that Teen Mom 2's Kail Lowry has been sending that are quite alarming. As we all know right now, she's currently pregnant with her fourth child, which is going to be her fourth boy, but the first child that shares a father would win any of his other siblings. And unfortunately, that father happens to be Chris Lopez, who has been quite absent in the raising of their other son, Lux Russell, who, by the way, was conceived in a strip mall parking lot in the backseat of Kail's BMW, while this fourth one was allegedly conceived on her kitchen countertop in the middle of a PFA that she had filed against him. But that is neither here nor there. Let's get back to the tweets that Kail had been sending. So she's sending a little bit of an SOS about the current state of her life right now. And so someone tweeted, and I quote, "I accidentally effed up my life. How do I get a new one?" Which she retweeted. And then someone else tweeted, "I am killing this adulting thing." And she retweeted it with a comment that said, "I'm not, SOS, send help." So I guess we can see at the very least that she has a little bit of a degree of self-awareness about how ridiculous the situation that she has put herself in yet again truly is, and how detrimental it probably is to her young children as well. But unfortunately, that's not enough for some of her followers. They had started digging at her on Twitter about how the current state of her life truly is a little bit of an embarrassment and the antithesis of what she is being paid to promote as a star on Teen Mom 2. So someone tweeted her about her baby daddy Chris and their situation there. That was unfortunately deleted by the time I got to her timeline, and so she quoted the tweet and dragged her baby daddy. This is what she said: "I don't know, ask him," meaning Chris, "to send diapers, wipes, and clothes. I can't remember the last time he's done anything for Lux." Someone else asked her a question that read, "What does his daddy want to name him? Surely y'all will be working together considering it's his child too." And Kail responded by saying, "I think not," meaning that this is the second child of hers and Chris's that she's going to be naming completely alone. Mind you, Kail is 27 years old, so she's a bit too old to have the excuses of, oh, like she's young, she doesn't know any better. No, this girl is a sneeze away from 30 years old, and she already has 3 other children that she should have been a lot more mindful of in the midst of the situationship that she kept cycling through with Chris. So it's quite embarrassing to see that this is where she is. You're pregnant with someone who you've got a PFA against, who allegedly was also trying to sign away his rights to the other child that you already have around the time that you got pregnant. And you already saw the way he was with the last child. You complained on television. You aired him out for not really being there. You were worried he wouldn't even be there for the delivery. So why would you go back and put yourself in this situation? And not only that, why don't you log off of social media a little bit and just focus on the really terrible situation that you've kind of dug up for yourself? Like, I don't think she should be on social media like looking for attention the way that she has been right now, because the only attention that she's getting is negative, because there really truly is not really anything positive that people could say about this situation. And yes, we could all keep it to ourselves, but she keeps kind of baiting people to tell her how they really feel about this kind of trashy Jerry Springer-esque situation that she's bringing yet another child into. Like, can you imagine being 27 years old with 4 kids by 3 different people, one of whom, like, you've got like this PFA situation, tried to sign away allegedly the rights to your other child. Valentine's Day was when she was tweeting all of this, and you got no Valentine like in the middle of all of this, like from the guy. Like, you would think he like turned it around and that's why. But no, like, she was spending Valentine's Day pregnant for the 4th time alone with no one. Like, just bitterness in her heart. Like, it really is sad to see. And she followed it up by saying, "And y'all hatters, or whatever you call yourselves, are right. This was my fault because I had a child with this man. So congrats." And someone responded by saying, and I quote, "Yes, it is your fault. You put yourself in these situations. So thank you for finally admitting it." And Kail, clapped right back. She said, "I've always known. I never needed anyone to point it out." Now, Kail has been open on the show about her mental health struggles, so I do wonder how much of this has to do with, I don't know, whether it's bipolar or borderline, where like you get manic and make some like crazy decisions that are stuck with you for life like this, or what it might be. Like I'm pretty sure she's not on her medication, so that could only exacerbate the situations and kind of explain why she keeps falling down this rabbit hole. Because, you know, as we all remember, when Teen Mom 2 first debuted, Kail was one of the most promising teen moms ever, not only in Teen Mom 2 but also like in Teen Mom OG. Like I really did think she would get far. I think that I always felt like she would probably just be a dental hygienist and make good money doing that and just like raise her kids. I never in a million years would have thought that she would find herself in this sort of a situation. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I'm not counting the 4th because her pregnancy with Javi of Lincoln was the only one that was like somewhat planned. Like they were planning to get married and have like a stable home life forever. So that one I will give her a pass on, but 3 times and you're paid to advocate against this sort of lifestyle, it just does not make any kind of sense. And airing Chris out on social media only makes her look bad for lying right back down with him and making another baby, but it also embarrasses her child Isaac, whose friends are probably on social media at this point, or at least on the internet in some capacity. They already know he's on a television show. His teachers probably knew about it and are gossiping about it in the break room, like his coaches, like everywhere. Everyone in their small town knows about how ratchet her life is because she puts so much of it out there, you know, by herself for attention. And it's just so crazy that she doesn't think of her children before she sticks her foot in her mouth online day in and day out. She may think that she's making Chris look bad, but at the end of the day, it's only her who looks incredibly dumb for continuously sleeping with this guy and procreating with him, knowing exactly what kind of a father he already has been to the child that they have. Like I don't know, like she once tweeted about how she reached out to Chelsea for advice on how to be more private, but that was like 1,000 tweets ago. And since then, she's been really kind of humiliating her family with every passing word. I just don't understand this girl. I know she's mentioned more than a couple times that she's in therapy, so I don't understand why. I'm pretty sure her therapist has told her to get off the internet and just focus on herself and the baby, but for some reason she just can't seem to do that. And I really do think that she's crying out for help here. So it's sad to watch someone so pregnant and so miserable and so young. Like I really don't know how she's gonna do it with 4 young kids. She's very lucky that Joe and Javi are very involved in the lives of her other sons, but you know, a 4th child in the mix really truly is complicated, especially considering now that's half of your children where you're practically a single mother too, because the father doesn't really want to be involved and is certainly not financially contributing to them. So I don't know, man, like why do people set themselves up for these kinds of lifestyles? Like, and I feel like, okay, it's one thing for you to set yourself up to suffer throughout your life, but how do you, as a parent, as a mom, not think about your kids in this situation? How do you not think about your unborn child and go, you know what, my unborn child deserves a better situation than this. I don't want to bring another child into this situation. I didn't know that things would work out this way with this guy before, but now that I know what type of person he is, I'm gonna distance myself and just co-parent and try to have a stable life for my kids. Like, why is that not a train of thought for her? Or a lot of these teen mom people, I oftentimes feel like the audience cares more about these women's kids than they do themselves, you know what I mean? And it's a very like awkward, weird, precarious position to be in as a viewer. But anyway, I'm more excited to hear what you guys have to say about Kail's Twitter spree, about Chris Lopez being a deadbeat dad, her taking responsibility for being the one to get knocked up by a known deadbeat for the 2nd time, and her talking about wanting to reset her life. Do you think that's something she's even truly committed to, or she's just seeking attention? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.